Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've seen our last video, we talked about the top 10 tacos. Today we'll be talking on our opinion on the best taco barbacoa, from the classic beef and chicken tacos to the more adventurous vegetarian and seafood tacos. There's something for everyone to enjoy. In this video, I'll be discussing a little bit more about the history of tacos, the different types of tacos, and some tips on how to make the perfect taco at home. So let's get into it. Tacos have their origins in Mexico and were first mentioned in the 20th century. The word taco actually means plug or wad and was used to describe the small pieces of paper used to wrap around gunpowder. It's believed that the first tacos were made with the same type of folded tortillas used to hold food and were filled with small fish, beans, or chili peppers. From there, tacos evolved and spread throughout Mexico and eventually to the United States and other parts of the world. Tacos have a rich and fascinating history that dates back hundreds of years. The origins of the taco are thought to be rooted in Mexico, but the exact details of its creation are somewhat shrouded in mystery. One theory is that the taco was first created by the indigenous people of Mexico, who would wrap small fish in tortillas to create a portable and easy-to-eat meal. Another theory is that the taco was first created by Mexican silver miners who needed a convenient and portable way to eat their meals while working in the mines. Regardless of its origins, the taco quickly became a popular food in Mexico and eventually spread throughout the world. In the early 20th century, Mexican immigrants began bringing tacos to the United States, where they quickly gained popularity among the working-class population. Over the years, the taco has evolved and taken on many different forms. In Mexico, there are countless types of tacos, each with its own unique ingredients and preparation methods. Some of the most popular types of tacos in Mexico include carne asada tacos, al pastor tacos, fish tacos, and barbacoa tacos. In the United States, tacos have also evolved to include a wide range of fillings and toppings. In addition to traditional Mexican ingredients like beef, chicken, and fish, American-style tacos often include non-traditional ingredients like lettuce, cheese, and sour cream. Today, tacos are a beloved food worldwide, enjoyed by people of all ages and backgrounds. Whether you prefer classic beef and chicken tacos or more adventurous options like vegan and seafood tacos, there's no denying the impact that this humble food has had on the world of cuisine. Barbacoa has a rich history that dates back centuries, with roots in Mexico and other Latin American countries. The dish has been enjoyed for generations and is often associated with special occasions and celebrations. The term barbacoa has its origins in the Taino language, spoken by indigenous people in the Caribbean and Central America. The word barbacoa referred to a wooden structure or framework of sticks set upon posts, used for cooking meat over an open fire. The technique of cooking meat in this way was brought to Mexico by the indigenous people, and it evolved into what we now know as barbacoa. Over time, the dish spread throughout Mexico and became a popular delicacy in various regions, each with its own unique methods and flavors. In Mexico, barbacoa is often associated with the state of Hidalgo, where it has a long-standing cultural significance. It is traditionally prepared for festive occasions such as weddings, baptisms, and other celebrations, bringing people together in a communal dining experience. Barbacoa also holds a special place in Mexican cuisine. With its succulent, flavorful meat and rich history, it has become a beloved dish, enjoyed by people all over the world, as a delicious and authentic representation of Mexican culinary heritage. Ingredients and preparation of barbacoa. Barbacoa is typically made with beef, lamb, or goat meat. The type of meat used can vary depending on regional preferences and availability. The meat is usually marinated in a mixture of spices and seasonings to infuse it with flavor before cooking. The traditional marinade for barbacoa often includes ingredients such as cumin, oregano, garlic, chili powder, vinegar, and citrus juice. These ingredients work together to create a robust and aromatic flavor profile that permeates the meat during the cooking process. Once the meat is marinated, it is typically slow cooked using a variety of methods. One traditional method involves cooking the meat in an underground pit where it is wrapped in banana leaves or maguey leaves for added flavor and moisture retention. The meat is then covered with a layer of soil and slow cooked for hours, allowing the flavors to meld together and the meat to become tender and juicy. Another method involves slow cooking the meat in an oven, either wrapped in banana leaves or placed in a covered pan with a little liquid to keep it moist. The meat is cooked at a low temperature for several hours, allowing it to become fork tender and infused with the flavors of the marinade. The slow cooking process is crucial to barbacoa as it allows the tough cuts of meat to become tender and develop a rich, complex flavor. The result is meat that is incredibly flavorful, moist, and falls apart with a fork. Barbacoa, a culinary treasure of Mexico. Barbacoa is a traditional Mexican dish that has been enjoyed for centuries. It is a dish deeply rooted in Mexican culinary heritage and is often associated with festive occasions, gatherings, and celebrations. The history of barbacoa can be traced back to indigenous cultures in Mexico who cooked meat using the technique of slow cooking over an open fire. The word barbacoa is believed to have originated from the Taino language spoken by indigenous people in the Caribbean and Central America, referring to a wooden framework used for cooking meat. Over time, barbacoa evolved into a beloved Mexican dish, with various regions developing their own unique methods and flavors. Today, barbacoa is appreciated not only in Mexico, but also by food enthusiasts all over the world for its tender, juicy meat and flavorful marinade. Ingredients for barbacoa. The traditional ingredients for barbacoa include meat, spices, and seasonings. While beef is the most commonly used meat, lamb, goat, and even pork can also be used, depending on regional preferences and availability. The marinade for barbacoa typically includes a combination of spices and seasonings, such as cumin, oregano, garlic, chili powder, vinegar, and citrus juice. These ingredients work together to create a robust and aromatic flavor profile that infuses the meat during the cooking process. Preparation of barbacoa. The preparation of barbacoa involves marinating the meat and slow cooking it to achieve a tender and flavorful result. Here's a general overview of the preparation process. 1. Marinating the meat. The meat, typically beef, lamb, or goat, is marinated in a mixture of spices and seasonings. The marinade helps to flavor the meat and tenderize it. 2. Slow cooking the meat. Barbacoa is traditionally slow cooked to achieve a melt-in-your-mouth texture. There are various methods for slow cooking barbacoa, including using an underground pit, an oven, or a slow cooker. 3. Underground pit. In the traditional method, the marinated meat is wrapped in banana leaves or maguey leaves for added flavor and moisture retention. It is then placed in an underground pit covered with a layer of soil and slow cooked for several hours, allowing the flavors to meld together and the meat to become tender and juicy. 4. Oven. In a modern approach, the marinated meat can be placed in a covered pan or wrapped in banana leaves and cooked in an oven at a low temperature for several hours until the meat is fork tender and infused with the flavors of the marinade. 5. Slow cooker. A slow cooker can also be used to cook barbacoa, where the marinated meat is placed in the slow cooker with a little liquid and cooked on low heat for several hours, resulting in tender and flavorful meat. The slow cooking process is key to barbacoa as it allows the meat to become incredibly tender, moist, and infused with the rich flavors of the marinade. Variations of barbacoa. While beef, lamb, and goat are the most commonly used meats in barbacoa, there are also variations of this dish that use different types of meat or preparation methods. Here are some popular barbacoa variations. Barbacoa is a traditional Mexican dish that is typically made with beef, but there are also variations that use other types of meat or even vegetables. Here are some variations of barbacoa. 1. Lamb barbacoa. Instead of beef, you can use lamb as the main meat for your barbacoa. Lamb barbacoa has a distinct flavor and tenderness that adds a unique twist to the dish. You can use lamb shoulder or leg meat and follow the same steps as you would for beef barbacoa, adjusting the cooking time as needed. 2. Pork barbacoa. Pork can also be used to make barbacoa, and it results in a flavorful and juicy variation. Pork shoulder or pork butt are good cuts of meat for making pork barbacoa. You can use the same marinade and cooking process as with beef barbacoa, but adjust the cooking time as pork may cook faster than beef. 3. Vegetarian/vegan barbacoa. If you prefer a plant-based version, you can make barbacoa using vegetables or meat substitutes. For example, you can use jackfruit, mushrooms, or tofu as a base and marinate them with a flavorful blend of spices, adobo sauce, and other ingredients. The cooking time and process may differ depending on the type of vegetable or meat substitute you use. 4. Chicken barbacoa. Another variation of barbacoa is chicken barbacoa, which uses chicken as the main protein. You can use boneless chicken thighs or chicken breasts and marinate them with a similar blend of spices, adobo sauce, and other ingredients. Chicken barbacoa is typically cooked for a shorter time than beef or lamb barbacoa, as chicken cooks faster. 5. Regional variations. Barbacoa is a traditional dish that is popular in different regions of Mexico, and each region may have its own unique variation. For example, in some regions, barbacoa is cooked in an underground pit, while in others it is slow cooked in a pot or oven. The type of meat, spices, and cooking techniques used may also vary depending on the region, resulting in distinct regional flavors and textures. 6. Seafood barbacoa. For a unique twist, you can also make barbacoa using seafood, such as fish, shrimp, or scallops. The marinade and cooking process will need to be adjusted to suit the delicate nature of seafood, but it can result in a delicious and flavorful dish. These are just a few examples of the variations of barbacoa that you can try to suit your taste preferences or dietary needs. Feel free to experiment with different meats, vegetables, or flavor profiles to create your unique barbacoa recipe. For the barbacoa, 3 to 4 pounds of beef cheek, brisket, or chuck roast trimmed of excess fat, 1 medium white onion, coarsely chopped, 6 to 8 cloves of garlic, minced, 3 to 4 chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, chopped, 2 tablespoons of adobo sauce from the chipotle peppers, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of ground cumin, 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, 1 tablespoon of ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 cup of beef or chicken broth. For serving, corn tortillas, fresh cilantro chopped, diced onion, lime wedges, salsa or hot sauce of your choice. Instructions. 1. Prepare the barbacoa marinade by combining the chopped onion, minced garlic, chipotle peppers, adobo sauce, apple cider vinegar, lime juice, vegetable oil, cumin, oregano, black pepper, cloves, cinnamon, and salt in a blender or food processor. Blend until smooth. 2. Place the beef in a large bowl or a zip-top plastic bag and pour the marinade over it, making sure to coat the meat thoroughly. Cover or seal and refrigerate for at least 4 hours, or preferably overnight to allow the flavors to melt. 3. Preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, 160 degrees Celsius. 4. Remove the beef from the marinade, reserving the marinade for later use. Heat a large oven-safe pot or Dutch oven over medium-high heat and add a little vegetable oil. Sear the beef on all sides until browned, about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Remove the beef from the pot and set aside. 5. In the same pot, add the reserved marinade and beef or chicken broth. Stir to scrape up any browned bits from the bottom of the pot. Bring the mixture to a boil. 6. Return the seared beef to the pot, cover with a tight-fitting lid or aluminum foil, and transfer to the preheated oven. Cook for 3 to 4 hours or until the beef is fork tender and easily falls apart. 7. Once the beef is cooked, remove it from the pot and let it cool slightly. Using 2 forks or your hands, shred the beef into smaller pieces, strain the cooking liquid, and skim off any excess fat. 8. Return the shredded beef to the cooking liquid in the pot and stir to coat the meat evenly. Bring the mixture to a simmer over low heat and let it cook for another 10 to 15 minutes, allowing the flavors to melt. 9. Warm up the corn tortillas in a dry skillet or on a griddle until pliable. 10. To serve, place a spoonful of the barbacoa onto a warm tortilla, top with fresh cilantro, diced onion, and a squeeze of lime juice. Add salsa or hot sauce to taste. 11. Enjoy your delicious homemade barbacoa tacos. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for my latest videos, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment. Thanks for watching.